Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Jordan Middle School. I'm excited to start the new year with you and start our PE program. It's nice to be back in person and be getting through some of the situations, difficulties with COVID. We have our new teacher with us today, Mrs. L. We just hired her. Welcome her to the school. Thank you for that huge round of applause. Everybody in here, I appreciate it. Miss Emmy right here. She's down in the cage right now, and of course, Miss Britt, Miss Kerr, and myself.
Why did you skip past me to go to the dog? It's fine.
Anyways, so welcome back, everybody. I'm looking forward to getting this department planning meeting started because we know how exciting these are. So first, I want to go over goals for the year. We have a few that I need to discuss that are important, and this is specifically for PE teachers. So this goes for everybody for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. The first one is by the end of the first semester, students will be showing an improvement in their cardiovascular and muscular system by demonstrating a 15% improvement during their mile runs. We're going to put an emphasis on cardiovascular health and improvement this year because of the raising number of obesity that we've been seeing. We want to note that by the end of the entire school year, students will be showing an improvement in their muscular endurance by improving times on planks, wall sits, and wall hangs by 20%. We want to know at the end of the school year, students will improve scores on their personal fitness tests by at least 10%. That's minimum. We want to get up to, for a lot of kids, closer to 20 or 30%. We think we can do that, and that's important because we're going to be sending that into state, and that will be state testing for the year. And we didn't do as well as we wanted to last year, so we're going to try to improve that. I want to briefly discuss the curriculum map that we're going to be doing. This year, we're going to be doing a 4-quarter curriculum map. So everything is going to be divided into 4 quarters. The first one's going to be fall, second quarter will be fall/winter, quarter 3 will be spring, and then quarter 4 will be spring/summer. We're changing that from last year, but I think this will flow a little bit better. So there's 4 categories I want to talk about. Each quarter, we're going to talk about required health and fitness academic content. That's going to be stuff like rules and etiquette and working well with others, which is what we're going to go over in the first quarter. And quarter 2 will be more nutrition, stuff based on kinesiology and actual physical education and health. Quarter 3 will be teamwork skills. Quarter 4 will be first aid, prevention, and learning about injuries during sport, how you can prevent that. And then we're going to go over required fitness related activities. So quarter 1 will be aerobic fitness activities. Quarter 2 will be technology-based aerobic physical activities, which is something I'm going to go over in a little bit, and something that we bought some new equipment for, some new state-of-the-art equipment. And then quarter 3, we're going to be focusing a lot on running and fitness circuits, and then quarter 4 will be at the end of the year assessments. And then we're also going to have to go over required motor skills like catching, throwing, kicking, stuff like that. That'll be divided up into each quarter depending on what sport we're doing. So if we're working on catching in quarter 1, we'll probably be focusing on stuff like baseball and football, things like that. If we're doing kicking, obviously we'll be focusing on soccer or kickball. And then we're going to be doing the 4th category, required emotional and social safety content. So that's in quarter 1, going over general knowledge regarding the health system, cardiovascular system, then describing the relationship between muscular and physical health, teaching significance of physical exercise on anxiety and stress release, and then quarter 4 will be finishing by discussing self-esteem and the importance of confidence in physical exercise and why we do that.
I could use that personally.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very glad. Okay, so now we want to discuss this new crazy technology that we've acquired for the school. We're going to be having kids trying out this year some GPS trackers during their runs and during other sports, and we want to kind of keep track how many steps they're taking every day and how many miles they're traveling in a week. We're not going to do it every single day, but we will have a quarter where we do it somewhat frequently. And then we're going to try that out and then see how that goes. And that way we can kind of keep track of individual kids, because some kids we know when we're playing sports are standing off to the side. So that way we'll get a better idea of how many kids are actually interacting during the activities. Let me see here. Sorry. Okay, so next I want to talk about something that is very exciting, which is a school-wide event that we're going to be doing. I want to do a 5K fundraiser this year, and you guys are going to have some responsibilities. So I'm going to be, to refer back to new equipment. I'm going to be in charge of ordering all the equipment this year. You guys don't have to order for your individual classes. I'm going to order all the balls that we need and all the technology that we need for the entire school because I want most of the classes to stay the same.
Can we put in requests?
Yeah, you can put in a request. If we raise enough money during our fundraisers, then we can kind of see what we have extra in the budget, and then that way I can start to put in requests for specific teachers.
That'd be great.
And see what we can do with that. So we're gonna be doing a 5K. So we're gonna be doing it as a fundraiser this year. Miss Brittany, you are gonna have to be in charge of contacting Burbank Police Department to see how we can get the streets closed down and tell them about doing the 5K. I want you to contact them by August 10th. Miss L, you're going to be ordering the t-shirts for the 5K, so contact the PTA by August 10th, and they have a t-shirt company that they work with. And I'm going to be keeping track of a lot of the other stuff for it, making sure that we have food and drinks. Unless one of you would like to do that, I wouldn't mind if you want to get in contact with PTA, but they should have all the information in terms of food and drinks.
I love food, so I can be in charge of that.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Miss Brittany. You do love food. So, let me review. Do we have any questions about the school-wide event or anything else you want to bring up before we get the year started? Because I pretty much covered everything I want to talk about. I'm also going to be sending you guys all an action plan individually labeled out in addition to obviously teaching your own classes, some stuff I need you to do. For example, ordering stuff for the 5K, and if you want anything else, like any extra notes or anything, if you need to contact the PTA, Mr. Jones, you're going to be doing some extra stuff for me too, involved with keeping track of student improvements. When we are doing technology, I need you, Mr. Jones, to make sure that you are helping me out with that. And we're going to have to collect a lot of data, so you're going to be in charge of keeping the data. And we're just going to do it with you this year instead of all the teachers doing it individually. It'd make more sense to keep it kind of confined to one area. Any questions? Anything to bring up?
Oh,
Brittany?
I actually, I
Miss Brittany,
I have a request.
Perfect.
Yes, it's not so much a question; it's a request. I was wondering if we could school-wide support the Burbank Teachers Association soccer clinic that's coming up, because soccer is not only is it an excellent sport for cardio and for skill and psychologically, but it's also a worldwide sport. It's the most widely played sport in the world. There's over 250 million people who play soccer in the world in 200 countries. And I think it would be a good option to also, not only for it to be good for the students to get active at this level, but I think it's a good option for them to know that it exists, because socioeconomically it spans across all walks of life, and I think it's a good thing for people to know as an option.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. I mean, basketball is a better sport, but soccer is very important.
Well, you know, sometimes
but
you
actually,
wrong.
there's a good news that we already have a convention that's coming into town.
Like the circus.
Like the circus. We're going to be doing a convention that's actually going to be covering not only soccer, but there's also going to be clinics for basketball, softball. There's going to be a yoga instructor there. It's a week-long convention. Actually 5 days, excuse me. But I'm going to try to do my best to fundraising to see if we have extra money, and then we can send all you guys, including you, Mr. Jones, you're my guy, send you all to the convention if we have some money left over from our fundraisers. And soccer is going to be one of the.
Is Mr. Jones going to get precedence over our sports? I just want to ask.
You know, we'll talk
about that privately.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Anyways, all right. I will see you start September 1st, and yeah, that's it. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Curran.
You're welcome.